Good evening and thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with an appeal from the RCMP. They have arrested a former Mountie in Calgary, charged him with sexual assault against 8 young boys, and fear there may be more victims. His name is Alan John Davidson. He was also a minor hockey coach and a baseball coach. Francis Silvaggio is in Calgary tonight with more details. Francis?
Well, Donna, the allegations date back more than 4 decades, but only came to light about 2 years ago after a man approached police and said he had been abused as a young athlete. Since then, 7 additional victims have come forward, which has ultimately led to the arrest of Alan Davidson yesterday here in Calgary.
Alan Davidson used to be a role model, a man parents trusted to coach their kids. Today, that man stands accused of betraying that trust.
I'm here today to seek your assistance and announce the arrest and charge of 58-year-old Alan John Davidson in connection to allegations of sexual assault of minors in the 1970s to early 1980s while he coached minor hockey and baseball in the Thompson, Okanagan region of British Columbia.
The alleged assaults took place while Davidson lived and coached in Clearwater, BC. He then moved to Regina to join the RCMP. His postings took him to communities across Saskatchewan and Alberta throughout the 80s and 90s before retiring from the force in 1996. He's lived in Calgary ever since, where he most recently worked for the Alberta Sheriff's Department.
He was active in the communities that he served in and would have been exposed to a number of children, minors, teenage athletes, that type of thing.
Sheldon Kennedy applauds the bravery of the victims who have come forward. The former NHL player was the first to speak out against his minor hockey coach, convicted pedophile Graham James. Kennedy has become a reluctant expert on this kind of sexual abuse and believes accusations against Davidson have only just begun.
To me, if he was coaching in all those communities, there's a high likelihood that there's other kids that were hurt and abused, and who knows where they are today.
There have been no reports of abuse while Davidson was a Mountie, but RCMP aren't ruling it out, which is why they're reaching out to the public.
The investigation remains ongoing, and we appreciate there could be other individuals or victims out there with information connected to our investigation.
Davidson faces 8 charges of indecent assault and will next appear in court April 3rd in Kamloops, BC. Donna?
Okay, Francis, thanks. And we have all the details on where the suspect, Alan Davidson, lived and worked over the last 3 decades. You'll find that on our website, globalnews.ca.